Hey everyone, this is Barry from nftmusicinfo. Hope everybody's well. So I've done over 100 videos. So this is my 101 video on the YouTube channel. So I just want to give a big thank you for all of my followers and subscribers. I'm getting more people joining my Discord channel wanting help and advice in terms of their NFT projects, if they're musicians or artists, etc. So by all means, join my Discord channel in the link provided in the description. Always great to have people on board. I've set it up for people to, help each other out and can kind of connect and build relationships on there. So yeah, it's really good to see. Now, in terms of what this video is about, Opensea, I consider to be the eBay marketplace of NFTs. And there's a lot of music artists trying to make a success on Opensea. Now, I like to report on projects of people that I follow, that I believe other people can do similar things. I'm not that interested in the conglomerate NFT projects. It's more that I want to feature ideas and strategies on how to help, say, unsigned artists or people that don't have much of a following. And so that's something that I've been investigating myself in my own time. It's something that I do on my own Opensea accounts because I produce synthpop and synthwave music, for those that don't know, by the name of cybermonday. And it's really important for me. I'm very passionate about NFTs and music, which is why I created this channel in the first place. So let's delve into some of the projects that I've been following just to get a bit of an idea. So the first person I want to kind of report on is Pat Dimitri. Now, I've been following his Discord channel for quite some time now. He's had a lot of success with doing these kind of visuals with his music in the background, kind of snippet things, and he focuses on animals in the most part, to be perfectly honest. So if I just click on an example. Now, on Opensea, you've got various options. You can utilize Ethereum, but because of the amount of gas fees of how high they actually are at the moment, people are trying to convert to Polygon, or at least have the option for fans to purchase Polygon. So you can see Pat spends a lot of time on the actual effects of the video. It's something that is absolutely mastered, and he spends a lot of work doing that, and he's had some really amazing sales, which I think is fantastic. So I think that's one of the things that artists can try, is to have snippets of music in the background of their videos or art or GIFs, and that's a really visual way for people to become enticed in wanting to purchase that NFT. Now, Pat's recently just dropped his album. Now, on Ethereum, 0.1 ETH, for 100 items as a limited edition. But what I've also noticed is he does have these Polygon options as well now for a lower price. Now, Polygon's great in my mind because it's gas free. The only problem with using Polygon, or Matic as it's also known, on Opensea, is that the buyer does have to do a few more steps. They have to convert some of their Ethereum to Polygon to be able to purchase your Polygon NFT. So it's an extra couple of steps, which is a bit of a disadvantage. But from my point of view, as also an NFT buyer, it's complete win-win if you're not paying gas fees compared to Ethereum. The only concern that some people do have is, Ethereum is kind of a proved concept. There's a lot of stance with Ethereum NFTs, a lot of substance with Ethereum NFTs, and a lot of credibility. Whereas Polygon is still fairly new to Opensea. Some people are labeling it as the spam blockchain, which I think is really unfair, because I think Polygon is just a great option. I think it's going to be interesting if, particularly for artists that allow for Ethereum and Polygon NFTs side by side, which one wins, So that's going to be quite interesting to find out. There's another artist that I follow, but I followed way before NFTs, which is called Arthur. Now, Arthur produces electronic music. He's got a drop coming in just less than 2 weeks now. So I'm just going to play this video just to give you an idea of what he's doing.
Hi, I'm Arthur. You may know me from my series, A Journey Through Synths, a tribute to electronic music and the synthesizers that built the genre. This time I'm bringing you a single release that combines my love for electronic music and motion design, with a few nice little surprises along the way. This release has 3 tiers, each one slightly rarer than the other. The first a collection of 100, the second a collection of 10, and the third a single edition that includes a physical one-of-one Arthur bust.
Cool. So he's giving different options in terms of the buyer for Opensea. So it's all down to scarcity really, in terms of having limited editions. So that's going to be quite interesting when that launches. Now he's had a lot of success on Foundation. His animation is just unbelievable. His music is great, but I've always liked this Arthur character that he's created. So we've got the NFTs going live on the 17th of December, the airdrop on the 18th, and there's a raffle on New Year's Eve as well. So I'm going to be interested to see that. So there's a Twitter feed and there's an Instagram feed as well, and started minting one already on his Opensea account. So that's great. And I believe, I'm not sure if that's going to be Ethereum. I presume that could be Ethereum or Polygon, I don't know. So don't quote me on that. But yeah, again, that's just an idea. So people are releasing albums. But what's interesting about the album from Pat is that you can't preview the tracks until you've purchased it. I think some of the tracks might be available on Opensea, but all you've really got is you've just got an idea about some of the information on the album itself. So that's quite an interesting one. But Pat does have, he's worked hard to build up a following, and that's really obvious on his Discord channel. So I encourage anybody to check out Pat's Discord channel via his social media. I'm sure you'll find him on there. But yeah, he's had a lot of success, which is great to see. Now looking onto some of the projects that I've been trying on Opensea, I've also been using Polygon, particularly for my airdrops. I give, every so often I give free airdrops to people just to give them a bit of a snippet in terms of what I'm doing. But on my Discord channel, I will be doing some free airdrops soon of more official NFTs if you're interested. So check out the description. So I created these collectible cards. Typically visual movies and a snippet of one of my tracks, and the idea is that you collect these collectible cards, and the more that you collect, the more kind of music that you actually get. So I feel as though really I should have tried the Polygon alternative. It's always one of those though, if you want to create say 100 of something, that means you're suddenly creating either 50 of each or then 200 different ones. So it's just one of those things that I'm bearing in mind. There's also a Discord NFT for my community. So there's a free airdrop channel where people can just put in their public address and I'll send them the actual card in terms of the membership card. Something that has been quite popular, my tracks and Physical Attraction recently had a sale this week, which I'm really pleased about. But again, this is Polygon. It's very cheap at the moment if people want to purchase this track. And so yeah, currently $2.44, and that's all you pay, and there's 9 editions of those left, and then the price starts to go up from there. So I do like to try and use scarcity, but when possible. I do find when artists just have like 1,000 all at the same price, so 1,000 different NFTs, either a really high price or all the same price, you're going to need 1,000 followers for you to really sell out quickly, because there's not going to be much motivation for people to want to invest early. So that's what I try and achieve here in terms of that. So yeah, so that's some of the projects that I've done. I've done other projects that aren't music specific just to see how those go. And others I have done with music in mind as well. So there's a Hex project that I created where I minted 313 unique one-of-one NFTs, and I put those for sale on the Polygon network. But you know, everything is about marketing, and I just haven't had the time to properly market this. It's on Polygon. Every single one is completely unique from itself. It's a collection, and it was a bit of an experiment for me to see whether it would work. Now, it's a lot of work for me to create these, a lot of work for me to upload these, and there's currently 6 owners there as well, but I think they were free airdrops anyway. So it's just something to bear in mind. It really does help to have a following. It really does help to market what you've got if you haven't got a following. So it's something to bear in mind. Something else that I've recently done is my own take on Bored Apes via artificial intelligence. So these have been created by AI. So I call them the Bored Apes A-Up Club. And they are, I love them, you know. And but same again on Opensea. There's some on Polygon. I've only released one so far because the other one's an airdrop. I haven't had any sales so far in terms of that. So Tarzan is currently 5 editions for $17 each, and the price goes up as it goes up. But again, I created a Twitter channel. Always helps to do that if you're building a project, and you know, it's no sales on that either. So what Opensea is really good for is experimenting on here and trying to understand what works and what doesn't work. So I'll always bear that in mind, particularly if you're using, you know, once you've paid the gas fee once on Opensea, you've got infinite amounts of minting and listings that you want. So I encourage people to just try this stuff out, you know. I created my own Dafty Punks, and I don't like to copy other people. But if I can create my own based on a theme, then I think that's perfectly acceptable to try. So you can see these are all on Polygon, and I've created these myself. Dafty Punk 1 is my absolute favourite. Love Dafty Punk 1. This time, you know, they're at a certain price point, but I believe these are one-of-ones, which is why they're more money. So, but yeah, I've been trying that as well. Let's see some of the other projects that I've got. And Opensea isn't the only thing that I mint on. I mint on a lot of different platforms. I did something called Cassette Dreams because there's something about, you know, quite retro feel, nostalgic feel about having cassettes animated on here. But the owners of these would actually have the stems of the music as well, so that they can create remixes and things. And those were fairly reasonable, I think. $8.70 for 10, you know, each for 10. But again, no sales. So it's very hit and miss on Opensea. So what is important, and the advice that I can give you, please don't give up. If you have a project that just hasn't had any traction at all, and it's not a failure, it's all about the journey, and it's all about continuing and building up a community. You know, my music tracks community collectible page on Opensea is 140 owners on it. Yet there's a lot on here that just haven't sold yet. So again, it's just something to bear in mind. There is a lot to say about having a visual element to your music. Now, there's a platform called enter.audio where you don't really have to do that. You can just have a picture or something, and you could do that on here as well, which I did with my physical attraction track. But there is something to say about having visuals with the music working with each other. So that is something that I do try and do. I just think it just brings another flair of creativity. What you could do if you're a musician is you could collaborate with an artist, and that way you could do a 50-50 split, and they do the visuals based on your music, or you do something brand new from the visuals and you create the music behind it. So there's lots of different ideas that you can do that, and then you can push the NFT out on Twitter and Discord, etc., to kind of promote it. Looking at social media, Twitter does seem to be the most popular social media for NFTs. There's a lot on Facebook, but Facebook people just seem to want free drops and not really interested in purchasing. Well, not from my experience anyway. But Twitter certainly, the NFT buyers are on the Twitter space. Talking about space, Twitter Spaces, I think it's called, allows people to have a conversation via Twitter about whatever they want to talk about. So there's been quite a few NFT Twitter Spaces available. So I encourage people to check that out and actually listen in. You don't have to be a speaker, you can listen in. You can react via emojis on there as well. So there's lots of different ways to interact with people on the community. So I do encourage people to do that. But what I do also like to have is my Discord, because the Discord channels that I use are very much community-based music NFT projects that I like to join on, as well as my own as well. So let's delve quickly into the Discord channel so that I can just quickly show you what kind of communities I'm involved with. So this is my own Discord channel, which I've labelled as NFT Music Info for my YouTube, as well as the Cyber Monday music on here. So I've got various things. As you can see, people are coming on board all the time, so I like to say hello to them. And I'm doing various discussions on here. I've recently purchased a mini disc recorder player, which I sold mine 20 years ago, and then I had a load of mini discs, and I've literally been going through them after 20 years and finding demos on there that I never realised I had because I hadn't recorded them. So I'm going through the process of recording those at the moment. There's a free drop that I'm doing. There's NFT chat, where I just love to invite people. So people can check out my metaverse gallery on there. If you haven't checked out that video already, I encourage you to do so. It's absolutely free to create one. You then have a room to roam around in with your NFTs and people can buy them. NFT ideas, just to kind of give people ideas. So I've been talking about the artificial intelligence animation that I've been producing, suggestions for the channel. Then there's a dedicated YouTube NFT music. This is where I actually talked about the walkthrough that I created of my NFTs, that you go up to an NFT and you can hear it straight away. Interview I had with Tom Dupree, the third. Then my actual NFT projects. So you got Bored Apes, my project on their music NFTs, Art Hex projects from Opensea, as well as my music. You know, I have quite a lot of exposure on Spotify. The concern that I have about Spotify for musicians, we don't know who those fans are, and we cannot reach out to them independently. And this is why I feel that NFTs are so powerful. You can put under exclusive information that you can email me on this address, you could join this mailing list, you can join this Discord channel. I just think the possibilities are endless with NFTs. So some of the other things that I like to join, there's a Web3 music group. So Web3 meaning all of these NFT spaces and platforms. Web 2 is really known as Facebook and Twitter and the normal internet. This is like the new Web 3 internet. All of the NFT platforms, the DeFi, the decentralized, the metaverses, they're all Web 3. So there's a lot of discussions and music chats on here, which is cool. So I joined that one. There's also the Musicians Guild for Web 3, which I really like as well. So it's all about building a community. There's a new YouTube channel called Mint Songs that you might want to check out as well. Now they've got a huge following on here. They do a lot of competitions and things. Then I've got Pat on here, which I've just spoken about on the video, and various other platforms as well, and other artists. So there you have it. Please give me a comment if you've got anything interesting you want me to check out, or any opinions or any questions. Always trying to help you out wherever possible, and I'll speak to you on the next one. Take care. Bye.